So happy 2017, and let's start off here looking at the Pips Wizard Pro. I had a few questions over the holidays sent over, and some people were asking, well, what happens in choppy markets? Well, we know what happens in choppy markets, right? You get chopped up if you're not careful and you don't know what you're looking for. And that's one thing that concerned me about Pips Wizard Pro. And the fact is, though, you can easily scan for a consolidation. You can easily scan for trending markets. You can easily scan for just about anything. The rules are pretty straightforward, and it says do not trade inside of choppy markets. Unless you know how to trade inside of a choppy market, you don't want to. Pips Wizard Pro is a trending type of strategy to use, and you definitely don't want to use it once you've identified consolidation. You could do that any way you want. A flat moving average, for example. You can even use the changing from higher highs to higher lows, and then that changes to like a higher low and a lower high. Then you start getting that's when you're looking at consolidation. You could even look at a simple trend line break. For example, this is the Aussie US 4-hour chart, and yeah, you can see we had this really big down move back in December, and it fell down for 235 pips, risking what? Depending on where you place your stop, it depends on where you place your stop. And then you can see we have little trades in through here. There are different ways you can look at how you're going to trade it. And, if you want to just simply use price action, okay, here's our low. We put a high here. We put a low here, higher high. We start looking now only things that are going to the upside, unless we take out here. If we take out here, we've obviously put in a lower low, and once we've done that and you've got a higher high and a lower low, that's consolidation. That's when you can start standing aside until the market changes its pattern. So if we were to look at this area right here, as it's changing, you're not going to want to be taking this long trade, even though you do get some nice juice on this trade. You want to start looking here, right? And this is where the trade would be, using the standard definition of an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. This is your entry right here on this candle here, a break above that, and it rallies up for 122 pips. Where do you put your stop? Maybe you put it just below the lows, so it's now 50 pips. Inside the members area, the PDF, the training manual, it'll give you set pips. However, let the chart do the talking. And then you look over here, if I just scroll, well, we've got some consolidation going on here. Well, not really. You come down here, a nice trending move down. Obviously, you're only going to want to look at shorts, and you got a short trade here. Plays out 266 pips. We get in through here. Okay, well, let's start looking at our higher highs and higher lows, right? Are we putting in a lower high? Yes, we did. And here's our low. Did we put in a lower low? No, we did not. Right there, you're thinking to yourself, okay, let's just hold off a little bit, okay? Price breaks above here. Or perhaps you see this lower low, lower high, higher low. Maybe you need to see this taken out here. You do get a trade entry here. Maybe you look to trade the break of that. However you trade it, I don't know. You may want to step aside until you get another trade. It's entirely up to you. It's going to be your trade plan that you're going to want to follow. If you just use a simple trend line, we can connect some points, right? We have a short here. Well, we can't take that short according to this trend line until it breaks, which it does, but we don't get a short trade, right? But we always know when not always, it doesn't always happen, but when a trend line breaks, what usually happens? You get a retest. Is it valid to take this long? Well, if that's in your trade plan, sure, why not? It doesn't go that far, right? Before you get to the high here, about 100 pips. Hey, 100 pips, 100 pips, right? You're going to actively manage. So maybe you just say, okay, well, this is turning into a higher high, higher low situation. Problem is, we never do take out this high. So you are definitely going to want to be being a little cautious taking any long trades up through here. And you certainly want to be taking caution in any short trades because we're still moving upwards. All right, so this whole section here, you probably want to stand aside. That could be your plan as well, right? This is only one pair, so you've got lots to choose from when it comes to our Forex, right? So that's one way you can look at it. Look at one more here, our popular Euro US dollar. Again, look at this. Now, this is obviously getting close to the holidays. You're not going to want to be trading anyways. But, just looking at this price, you're not going to want to take any of these, even if they work. We look here. This one worked out nicely, right? But you're not going to take this trade. That'd be just silly. Yeah, it's 158 pips, but, December 28th, we're still, the market's not as volume oriented as it is in, when we're not in the holiday season. Again, you just look at the chart, what you're looking at, and you can easily apply just a simple moving average. Let's just grab a moving average here. 50 simple. Direction of that. Now, just because you have an angle here, it doesn't. You gotta remember, we're looking at indicators here, right? You'll see things happen in price first. You see, we're botting, we kind of go sideways here a little bit. We start trending upwards. Look at price. If you just look at price, it tells a story. Let me just move this over here a little bit. I can only get so much on the screen. But again, obviously you're making lower highs and lower lows. Right? Uh-oh. As soon as you see this, all right, gotta wait. Now what's going to happen? When you see this, this is almost a first step into going to an uptrend, right? So maybe your rule will say, okay, well, if I'm putting in a lower low here, lower high, and all of a sudden I'm starting putting in a higher low, maybe you take the move upwards, right? That could be part of your plan as well. Or maybe you say, you know what, I need it to break here. And once it breaks here, I'm going to start looking for my long trades. And you do get one right here, right? It doesn't travel as far as you like. Oh, actually 200 and some odd pips. So this is a daily chart. So yeah. So you're going to find your own way around it. But this is a pretty solid trading strategy. If you just understand some basic price action concepts, maybe you want to use using moving average for trend. But you got to understand, you got to make sure you're in a trending environment. However you determine that is up to you. Check it out, grab a trial of it, and we'll talk to you soon.